Aloha to everyone. Let's enjoy our journey in Skellige.
As Yennefer of Vengerberg told it, there had been a magic explosion in Skellige. Related to Ciri's reappearance, it had destroyed a vast swath of forest. Geralt set out for the Isles to join the sorcerers and seek further clues of Ciri's whereabouts.
So wonderful being here. Let's continue with the main quest with this feast.
Drink last night too?
We must do all we can to minimize its tragic.
Bran was a great ruler.
He needs a worthy successor.
You speak as though you have someone in mind.
Skellige's troubles very much derive from it not being a hereditary monarchy. Any upstart can be king and destroy his predecessor's legacy.
The King of the Isles is a more symbolic position.
That should change as well. A strong leader who wields true power. That is what the times require.
Introduce me?
This is my friend Geralt, and this is Birna, widow of the dear departed Bran.
The Queen Mother. It's a pleasure to meet you, Geralt. You must forgive me, but on a day like today, I'm afraid I cannot indulge in my penchant for long conversations.
Why am I not surprised? Oh, Geralt. Geralt, what is that you're wearing?
Didn't want to detract from your beauty.
A man at a woman's side is an accessory. He should enhance her beauty. But I thank you for the compliment.
We should mingle before they all get drunk. There'll be no talking to anyone then.
Good thinking. I don't know what Crach wants, but when we meet with him, we should have clear minds.
I'm not gonna drink. Why dull my senses when I'm in such pleasant company?
Do you plan to compliment me all evening?
I plan to tell you what I think.
Or you answer to me.
Geralt. By the way, we leveled up.
So,
Yeah, we do. Level 20. King is dead. Long live the king. Then we make the family blade. Travel across the whole Skellige, you see.
Farewell feast.
Bread, sheep's milk cheese.
Our wagon's full of loot we ripped from the Black Ones.
We've also wine from the temples of Melitele, remote ones. One the word'll please Bran more. Your victuals or our war booty.
Geralt, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Your beard. Why did you decide to grow it out?
Don't really know.
Must say it suits you.
You drink last night too?
Lady Yennefer. Sir,
Greetings, Arnvald. My companion is Geralt of Rivia.
I am honored.
Nice to meet you too. Quite a few guests.
They come to bid their king farewell. They come to see the claimants to the crown.
We wanted to talk to Crach on Crate.
The Jarl will join us shortly. He's assigned you a place of honor at the table just beside his daughter Cerys. Follow me, please.
They've seated us here.
I asked them to. Wanted to meet the notorious witcher Geralt.
We've met. Don't remember?
That was ages ago. Hjalmar and I were children when you last visited Orda. But you should meet your feast mates. Allow me the dubious honor. That's Halbjorn, son of Holger Blackhand. Blue Boy Lugus, Madman Lugus's firstborn. And choking down a stockfish over there is Otric on Hindar.
Seems they set us with the sons of Jarls, exclusively.
Cerys Uncrate is the daughter of a Jarl, Geralt. Jarl's daughters are in no way inferior to their sons.
Do you know every last one of them dreams of being Bran's successor? Look at him. Likely lot.
Cerys is jealous, for the one among us who performs the greatest feat will be crowned king.
We all know the feats are a sideshow. Our fathers will choose who will wear the crown. What do you think they spoke to Crack about?
You talk like that because you're short of strength and skill. Remember when Hjalmar challenged us all to a race up the mount? You didn't stand with us then. As he buried his axe in that stump at the top to mark his victory, you were warming your chicken bones by the fire.
Had my reasons for not participating, but I would have won then, as I'd win now.
Now that you mention him, just noticed Hjalmar's not here.
My brother walks his own paths. But about the race, why don't we repeat it? I'm willing to challenge any of you, Witcher included. If I beat him to the top, venture to say that'd be a feat, eh? So you in?
If the Witcher's in.
Geralt?
Sure, why not? We run with Rogers, so we will run on foot.
Gladly. What are the rules?
Whoever pulls Hjalmar's axe from the stump at the top of the hill wins. Stray off the path and you lose.
And here I was, ready to puke from all the boredom. Let's go! We're here. From this spot, you must reach the top of that mount. At the summit, you'll see the stump of an oak. Hjalmar's axe buried in it. Whoever pulls the axe from the stump first, wins.
I'm ready.
You'll start when I sound the horn.
I always beat Cerys. That's so beautiful. Look at it. Goats, snow, nature, and you being like a Wim Hof. Haha. Whoops. Yeah, I almost. I forgot the path. Never mind. It happens. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I enjoy this. Well, she's quite fast.
I won, but only by a hair.
No such thing. There's winning and there's losing, and I lost. We best go back to the week.
Let's.
Cerys. It's not like this.
See the wakes in full swing.
Lost sight of yous. Who won?
I lost.
Lost to a Witcher, Sparrowhawk. And it'll likely happen to any of us. Enough of the natter and let's drink.
Can't today, for good reason, believe me.
Well, if not today, then when?
You've been great company. Sadly, it's time we moved on.
Really?
Indeed. We must talk, but not here. You shall learn all beyond that door.
Do you have no shame?
Geralt, this is Holger Blackhand, Berna, Bran's widow, and our hostess today. You've already met.
Widow? A widow's duty is to lie beside her husband.
A widow's duty is to care for the king's son.
Not by our customs, it ain't.
Your customs are barbarous.
Not our place to criticize, Yen. All peoples do things their own way.
We're talking about the self-immolation of women, not about decorating trees for Yule.
Harsh custom, but this is a harsh land. Tradition is Skellige's backbone.
People make laws, and people can change them.
Heard a lot of good things about Bran.
I will miss him sorely. I was not his first wife, but I bore him his firstborn son and saw him off on his final journey. We lived a great many years together.
Let's move on, Yen.
High time we did as well. Come, Svanrige.
Svanrige.
Byrne is a scheming whore. Refuses to admit her reign's ended. Bran knew how to keep her in line. Let's drink to his memory.
Bran, a great king, a great man.
May our next king be his equal.
Geralt.
All right, let's go.
Strength to slay more. That's true. Heard the same. Freya smile of crikey.
What did you say in the beast's innards?
The gods are not kind, Jarl. Our isles are in for hard times.
From head to toe. What's that mean? The isles are in for hard times. Speak clear.
The heart was deformed. An ill omen always.
An ill omen for me as well. Hear me. What'll become of me?
Fear not, Jarl. I'll not let you perish. I assure you. You need only follow my counsel.
I present to you Geralt of Rivia. Geralt, this is Udalric, Jarl of the Brockfer clan, from Speakerog, and his advisor Hjort.
The White Wolf.
Greetings.
Gotta say, never really believed in omens and auguries.
One's belief, or lack thereof, makes no difference.
Tell him what awaits him. What you told me.
Your fates will intertwine. Yours and Udalric's. You will walk in darkness. Before you, fire and shadow.
Hear that, Geralt? Everything clear now?
Didn't plan to visit Speakerog.
Man is not the master of his fate.
Thanks for the prediction.
You do not believe now, but you will yet remember my words.
Nice to meet you both.
A toast to honor King Bran's memory.
A worthy gesture, Udalric, but I need to keep my head clear today. Got an important conversation later. Strange man.
I hear he's very sick, carrying himself unusually well tonight.
First here.
Crossed the wide summer sea. Then I left myself behind. For my heart and mind. Crossed the wide summer sea.
Courage and strength to slay more fire.
Tell me, Isis, do you believe it?
Yes.
Tell me, Lugos, why are you sending your vermin to my islands?
Allow me to introduce Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. Geralt, Jarl Donar and Hinder, and Jarl Madman Lugos.
Calling Lugos a madman's an insult to madmen. He's a common goat fucker.
Call me a goat fucker one more time, and I'll chop off your head, stick it on a pike, and piss down your neck hole.
Enough! Time to settle this. Here and now.
Oh, ha ha ha! Giving me a true fright right now. Shat my best trousers. Put that away before you cut yourself, you cunt.
Thought Skellige's called a truce for feasts.
I know the hallowed customs, but Lugos ought to know that I'll not let him raid my Hindisfial bear.
You don't scare anyone, Donar. I'll be boys soon to plough your priestesses, drink from your tankard, and shit on your table. Be sure to leave a candle lit for me.
Emperor would be very pleased to hear you quarrel.
His Imperial Majesty is more than welcome to visit.
Let him sail over here. We ain't afraid of the Black Ones.
Raiding coastal villages is one thing. Total war with the Empire is another.
Awfully mouthy, this one. Go stir your cauldron and pierce some boils, witch. Don't talk when you haven't got a fucking clue.
You know what, Lugos? Just realized I don't give a damn about your hallowed rules of hospitality.
Finally, some diversion. And here I was ready to puke from all the boredom. Come on, freak. Show us what you're made of.
Move the benches. There's to be some gob slapping.
30 level. Magna Lewis.
Beat the bastard down. If you don't, I fucking will.
On a cold, distant shore. Yeah. Must have wanted somewhere safe. You're not there. Tell me I left myself behind. True you from my heart and mind.
Beat the bastard down. If you don't, I fucking will.
What? Lost your nerve?
We make critical hits. Haha.
Had enough?
You got me good. That were quite a wallop. Still seeing spots, room rocking like a leaky tub in a hurricane.
We'll call it even then, as soon as you apologize to the lady.
Don't hold it against me, milady. It's my deep conviction sorceresses are needed. Deeply so.
No offense taken. Forget about it.
That I like. And the knocking. It's what men do. Give me your paw, Witcher. Let me squeeze. It's a worthy one. Witcher, have a drink with me. Proof there's no hard feelings. And visit me at times, I insist. Yoren's been jabbering about bringing in a Witcher for that haunted lighthouse. Do me a favour. Meet him for an ale in the tavern near Arenbjorn. Then you but a short jaunt to find me, so as we can knock back something stronger. Here's to our next.
No hard feelings, but we'll have to drink another time.
Yes. We've important discussions ahead.
You land rats are all the same. Fear to you wenches.
Across the wild summer sea, I will save you. I must leave you behind. You might think me unkind.
What now?
Now we pay a visit to Ermien's laboratory.
Didn't know we'd been invited.
Because we've not been.
We shouldn't be breaking into Ermien's workshop.
If I didn't know you better, I'd say you needed to grow a pair. But I know that you simply enjoy complaining. It's the only reason you said that.
Why would we go there?
To retrieve an item. The Mask of Urboros. We'll need it and therefore must steal it.
Right. Course.
Come, Geralt.
Now you'll tell me why you need this mask.
Oh, I shall. In due course.
Take it you'll decide when.
Correct.
Ballads and hymns. Here the Woven Storm is Priscilla's song, which is wonderful. Indeed. Now finally we have it. Very, very touching song. I suppose that you have watched the series and you enjoyed it as well.
Hide behind the tapestry.
Sparrows chip, while starlings chirp.
What do jackdaws do?
Jackdaws caw. Goldfinches warble, and cranes whoop, whereas peacocks screech. Hawks scream, larks trill, and doves, they coo. That's all of them.
What about nightingales?
All right, nightingales croon.
That was close.
Yeah, here the game is just giving you a little flirting moments with Yennefer, but you shall not forget what she is, and you shall not forget about Triss if you engage her, like I did.
This'll be tough to open.
Surprises never end. See the ravens?
Hard not to.
Ermien's spies. An indication that we're near his laboratory. I also sense a clear magic aura. Come, there's a ledge outside this window. We must pass along it.
Toussaint. Ah, Skelligen Toussaint. Wonderful.
Seen uglier sights in my life.
Geralt of Rivia, being romantic.
Geralt, how could you say this? It's breathtaking. It's beautiful. Use positive words. Charming ones.
Amazing how a hobby can render a man mysterious. Fascinating.
Especially a druid. Must be a real nature lover. Looks alive. Had one at Kaer Morhen.
Please.
Dismissed.
100 loose an arrow if you saw that in the woods. A basin of water.
For teleprojection, a reflection of Ermien appears on the surface. Supplicants speak to it. Are you all right?
Cut myself. The door's locked. The animals. They're alive. Yen, watch out. Monsters. I can feel them. Closer. Mushrooms.
That's one less.
What's happening?
You were hallucinating. You ran at Ermien's animals, sword flailing. I had to calm you.
Must have looked strange.
Your years of vigorous training at Kaer Morhen finally paid off. Bested nearly all the stuffed beasts in here.
Please.
Fine. We've passed the trial of taxidermy. The door stands open. Let's go inside, Geralt. I'll lock the entrance. We don't want to raise suspicions. Ah, our dear druid's laboratory. We must search it thoroughly. The Mask of Urboros must be here.
Letter bearing Ermien's seal.
Wondrous world of insectoids.
Warns them about you.
Ritual plants. Ah, what do you know? Raymond Marlove. A biography enhanced.
Brother Druids, be forewarned that a sorceress has arrived on Ard Skellig. Her name is Yennefer, and she hails from Vengerberg. I know you're immune to feminine wiles, and will not let that well-draped skirt muddle your reasoning. Nevertheless, I warn you not to be taken in by her intelligence and refinement. I know who Yennefer is. I do not, however, know the true goal of her stay in Skellige. I see no point in asking her this question directly, for Yennefer is known for her cunning and eloquence. She says not what she thinks, but what she wishes you to hear. You must remember, this is no second-rate sorceress. This is a person who breaks bread with the rulers of the North, and who most recently has been working with the Nilfgaardian Emperor himself. Familiar with courts the world over, she possesses an ability to manipulate that even the wildest diplomat would envy. Yennefer has displayed an unhealthy interest in the site of the cataclysm we are striving to study. I haven't given her permissions to go near it, but I caution you to keep your eyes and ears open all the same. The sorceress from Vengerberg is a stubborn and effective manipulator. I know that in the past her and Crach paths crossed. I suspect that she will wish to use this old friendship for some ulterior purpose. What that is exactly, I will try to determine. Once I do, I will inform you in a separate letter. May the power be with you, brothers Jedi, perhaps? Ermien.
Seems Ermien has real tobacco brought in. Skellige's tales about the wild hunt.
The islanders believe the wraiths sail on a longship built of the claws of dead men.
The island folk of Skellige, like many nations of the North, hold a series of beliefs about the wild hunt as recorded in legends, myths, and fables. This horrifying phenomenon is said to herald the coming of war and misfortune. Characteristics of their tales, and distinguishing them from their continental versions, is that the islanders imagine the wild hunt not as a cavalcade of wraiths galloping across the night sky, but as a ghostly longship. The vessel, called the Naglfar, is said to be built of the claws of dead men. For this very reason, superstitious Skelligers remove the nails of their dead, expressly to prevent them from being used to fortify this nasty ship. In many legends, the Nokkufor sails out of Morhok, the land of chaos.
Pinecone. Didn't expect this. A large female.
Ermien's wand. He's one of the few druids to use one.
A sword and a stone. Thing's begging me to pull it out.
It's not in the stone, don't you see? It's held there by a vice.
And again this globe. The idea of a different shape of Earth.
Laboratory worthy of an imperial alchemist.
Yeah, looks like male sexual organ, by the way. Those alchemists.
Dwarven triple mead. Goes in for light reading too. The Corpse of Novigrad by Sasha Hadi.
Alexander Hall walked down the long corridor, delighted that the sounds of debauchery pouring out of the rooms drowned out the sound of his footsteps. The long-neglected brothel floor creaked and moaned, as though the wood regretted being witness to the lecherous scenes fed to it by this house of ill repute standing in the very center of the pride of the northern cities. Ho had been generously remunerated for this visit by the wife of a silk merchant. She had long suspected her husband of dabbling with loose women during his working hours. The case had seemed simple enough, banal even, a cheating husband. How many similar affairs had he unraveled? The worst was that his employers never truly wanted him to bring irrefutable proof of their husband's guilt. On the contrary, in their heart of hearts, they always hoped his investigations would prove their husband's model citizens, their suspicions wholly unfounded. This time it truly did turn out that the woman's husband was no whoremonger, despite the fact that his trail led Alexander to a place in which fleshly pleasures were bought and sold. That sounds very strange, by the way, when you read this and thought about these fleshly pleasures, bought and sold. It's like, again, trading. The door in front of which he stopped, following the instructions he had received from the gnome at the entrance, had a small plaque with the number 16 on it. Unlike the other rooms, this one was enveloped in an unsettling calm. Ho turned the door knob and pushed the door open, and what he saw behind it far exceeded his worst expectations. Oh, come on, it's interesting. What happened? What happened then?
A goat carved out of lindenwood, signed to Uncle Ermion.
Little Ciri's handiwork. That's what she called him when he was her tutor.
The White Frost. One can hear Aetlin's prophecy whispered at every market, carboured and reused by every village witch, delved into it any treatise touching on suits and diviners, and in general saturating our common culture. We all know that the time of the wolves blizzard approaches, the time of the White Frost, and that the world will perish amidst ice. But few truly understand the meaning of these words. The self-proclaimed prophets, who shout out Aetlin's words, mistake stars reflected in a still pond for the sky. For the White Frost is no legend or mythical apocalypse. It is a natural phenomenon that can be described in the dry yet precise language of scholarship. The renowned scholar of Tauron's studies have clearly shown that our world is not the center of the universe, but one of 1,000 such globes spinning in the endless darkness of space. This space is usually described as a vacuum, yet to do so is grossly misleading, for through this vacuum swims, invisible to the naked eye, the White Frost. We do not know exactly what the White Frost is, perhaps a dust that blocks the incoming light of the sun, perhaps infinitesimal infinitesimal particles of the sort postulated by Democritus of Banart, with the unusual property of sucking up warmth as a sponge does water. We know for a certainty, however, that thanks to the telescopic observations of elven astronomers, the white frost, whatever it is, has already destroyed a great many worlds. The star systems in which it appears perish into lifeless hunks of ice over the course of a few decades. Furthermore, each scholar is agreed that the white frost will one day come to our world. It leans prophecy, though based on magic intuition and not scientific observation, thus appears to foretell the truth. Many mages are skeptical about the thesis presented here. I recommend they carry out the same experiment I have conducted in my own laboratory. Using the spell Portus Asterum, open a microscopic portal for 3.5 seconds to the coordinates 0, 31, 48, 90, 89, 27, 0934. Yet before you do, dress in your warmest furs and ready an axe for breaking through thick ice. Wow. Man, those were the times. Yeah. Skull?
A child's skull. Look at this. A detailed map of the Northern Kingdoms. Even shows spheres of influence over the ages.
Out of date.
Looks like Ermion places something in the statue's hand. How about a mug of mead? Statue or not, everybody needs a drink sometimes. Huh. Seems like it worked. Who would have thunk?
Ermion enjoys jests achieved at the expense of others. I have a sneaking suspicion the mask will be in here.
Added by Elemento? I do remember correctly. No, this one. Against Elemental. Alright, this will be enough. So we have toxicity.
Geralt, come here. I found the mask. This is it. We've got it! We must return to the feast quickly before... It's a trap! We're imprisoned!
Great.
Geralt, hear that?
Smelled it. Gas. Grate still closed. Gotta think of something quick.
The damned druid will poison us. This vapor's deadly. We've got but a few minutes.
Teleport us out of here.
Think of something. Quickly. First thing to come to your mind.
If you choose the second one, you make with
Hold on
Yennefer
tight.
a sexual experience. And then you teleport here.
Now heed my words. There is no greater act of valor than to fight a beast cursed by men and gods. No greater deed than that done to serve the goddess.
Words of uncommon beauty. We thank you. And we'll take them to heart. But now, let's begin. We have seen Bran off to the beyond, and must now choose his successor. A king must be wise. A king must command respect. A king must have bollocks. We've no lack of men like that. Let those who feel worthy of the throne of Skellige step forward. My son could not be here this day. Behold his axe. Behold his will. May the best man or woman win. What's got into her?
She's your daughter, is she not?
Now I know why she said she'll sail to Speakerog. Ah, children. The older they grow, the more trouble there. Come with me. All the more essential we talk now. How was it, Geralt, when Ciri was nearing womanhood? I remember well her nan, her mother, what they were like. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Ciri was impossible to control. No telling her what to do. Had to have things her own way almost always. Why do you ask?
No specific reason. She and Ceres, they're of a similar age. But we'll speak of my children later. First, let's speak of yours. Yennefer claims Ciri's in trouble, and you seek her.
That's right.
If you require aid, gold, ships, anything, merely say the word. I'll give you all I can. And I know the lass lives. I'm sure of it. When the blood of Rhiannon's daughters is shed, the sea grows white with fury. I'd mark such a storm.
Magic anomaly on Ord Skellig somehow related to Ciri, or so Yennefer believes.
It's my strong suspicion, but I can only know for certain by examining the site.
I saw the twisted forms, right unnatural. The druids were barely able to contain it. Explain to me, Yennefer, how Ciri might have caused this great catastrophe.
I'm intent on learning that very thing. Which I will do as soon as Ermion stops hindering my investigation.
Don't concern yourself with him. Druids have little trust for mages. But Ermion's heart is in the right place. Am I right to assume he does not know you seek Ciri?
It's of no concern to him.
As I thought. At any rate, Ard Skellig's my isle. You've my permission to investigate as you see fit.
Wondering if I should talk to Ermion.
Leave that to me. Go. Seek and find your Cirilla. If any ill befell her here, on Ard Skellig on my watch, I'd never forgive myself.
Thank you.
No need. I swore an oath once. I aim to keep it. Anvol, tell the druid I must speak to him. At the usual spot. I've one more matter to broach. My children. You remember Hjalmar? Well, he swore an oath to kill the giant of Undvik. Set off and has yet to return. But as Cerys announced that she's to set off on an adventure of her own. Got it in her head that Udalryk is not mad, but cursed.
Can't help wondering. Got no plans to vie for the crown yourself? Think a good number of the Jarls would support you.
A good number? Those opposed would be fierce, rabid. Madman Lugas would sooner see an Nilfgaardian on the throne. Besides, a man should know when to step aside. Hand the tiller to the youth among us.
Giants. They've been extinct for ages. Anyone actually seen the one on Undvik?
Aye. Dozens of refugees have. The giant drove everyone off the isle. I've welcomed what remains of Clan Tordarach here on Ard Skellig.
I heard a rumor that an unnatural frost gripped Undvik before the giant appeared.
It's true. At any rate, Hjalmar decided to kill the giant and give the isle back to its people. A deed worthy of a king, he believes. My son gathered a hearty crew at the new port. They were to sail to Undvik, then travel on foot to Oskar, the village. But that many lads should have killed the giant long ago. Thus, I thought to ask you.
You should start at the new port. Ask around. Hjalmar might have told someone there his plans.
Take it Cerys wants to lift the curse.
There's no curse to speak of. Cerys has decided she must match Hjalmar and sort out a deed worthy of a queen.
Think she might need my help? You did plan to ask me for it. Why?
The thing is, I don't trust Udalryk further than I can spit. Cerys won't listen to me, or her brother. Yet confronted by a professional who will explain why she's mistaken, she just might come to her senses. So yes, I ask that you explain things to her and bring her back.
If either Hjalmar or Cerys need help, I'll help them.
I thank you.
Well, now that we're done thanking one another, let's get to work. We must determine if Ciri is still on Ard Skellig. I'll change into travel attire and find you. Head south. The anomaly we should investigate destroyed a stretch of forest along the shore of the bay. A successful feast on all counts, Crach. I will see you later.
Echoes of the past. As you can see, main quests are giving a lot of experience, and these secondary quests with the giant and with the Udalryk will give us a lot of experience too, by the way. And in my first gameplay I was unable to get all the experience of this because I was too higher level, so we shouldn't exceed 22 level. But first, yes, it's good to make this quest, level 15, then yes, the Witcher contracts Mur Diablo, yes, Mur Diablo, level 18, alright, then we do have time. Now, and it would be good if we can, alright, visit this exclamation mark, visit this place, Ranbeck, and yes, we need to explore just the area, get the past travelers, get this notice board, so eventually make quests. I mean, quests and secondary objects here, a lot of places of interest, and believe it or not, we will have over 91 question marks. Yes, we need to go to End Beyond 2, by the way. And yeah, there's a lot of things to be done. As you can see, we bought the fast travelers, so we'll go, by the way. We'll go. I will stop the video soon. Let me just go there.
Out of trouble, or you answer to me.
Here is the best armor. Here it is, the Phantom of Eldberg.
Melt this blade and forge it again. A sword for cutting, not looking pretty.
Interested in a weapon?
And the blacksmith.
There's a tale behind every item I've got.
Tell me a story about one of your weapons.
See this sword? You know by its crafter's mark that it was forged in the Isles. Belonged to Lars. It would have been the same age as I.
What happened to him?
His wife went missing during a nasty storm. It was said the goddess smiled fondly on her, so Lars refused to believe she was truly dead. He ran out on the rocks and begged Freya to give his wife back. Left his sword behind to show the god's humility, and never returned for it.
Selling that same sword now?
We could have tossed it in the sea, but fish got no use for blades. He had no family, so I'm selling it. To the right man.
What are you peddling?
Oh, wonderful. Just wonderful. Yeah, 21 level. We will get this Thorhern. Critical hit damage bonus. Yeah, just perfectly. And we do have access, by the way. We do have a beautiful level 22 and level 24, so we'll continue using access here in Skellige after all. And this will be my first time with access, which is nice. Yes, we may buy this as well. So let us get this Thorhern 27, or is there a recipe for this sword? Not actually. Hammer. That should be interesting sword. Alright, let's get this. So we do have a lot of money, but first let me just sell him. Let's just be careful not to sell our, yeah. I'm not wearing, or am I wearing here? Yes, I think so. And this is the hunting light armor, heavy armor, right. crafting. We don't need arbitrator because we have axe. Yes, this bits, nothing. Silver swords, yes. We don't have anything useful for now. Level 23. Yes, this is the tamer. Tamer is good. And woven, actually, silver sword. Oh, actually, I'll use Ursine, of course. Ursine is wonderful for the adrenaline point and critical hit damage. So we will make Ursine soon. Alright, let's repair things.
So long.
As strong as he looks.
Oh yes, we need to be level.
Greetings, White Wolf. I suspected you'd come by. Bah! I was sure of it.
Oh, yeah?
The best stocked armory in all Skellig is right here at Caer Trolda Castle. Everyone knows it.
I'll gladly see for myself.
Take your time. Give them all a careful look.
Looking for someone who can make me a master quality breastplate.
Never known a master who wasn't a dwarf. Fergus, perhaps? Say he's holed up somewhere in Velen.
Yeah, we know.
What do you think? Who'll be the next king of the Isles?
Hjalmar, clear as day. Lad's brave and generous. And from Croc's own line. No better claimant.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
Oh no, Undvig armor. It's wonderful. Piercing, budging, slashing damage for monsters, but it is a heavy armor, and our build is not for heavy armor. It's for light armor. And let me just see. So we do have 10 piercing, slashing 30. Alright. Piercing, yes, that's the same. 3 armor. Yeah, it's slightly better. Yep. It has vitality and Nikki, not a adrenaline point, but all the other are medium, light armor. Not great. Yes, engaging, alright. Oh, that's it. Assassin's boots. 2-6 washing. Oh, it's much better. 3-3-6, alright, hunting boots. Undvik. Mountain folk. Slashing 5. Piercing boots. Slashing 5, but we have a damage point, so. And Assassin's Trousers, 5-5-15. 5-5-15, yes, less bit vitality. Undvik Trousers, wow, that Undvik is just awesome, by the way. It's like a little Ursine for a heavy set build. Right. Undvik. And here are, by the way, Ibrahim Sadi's map, which is for the Ursine set, so we need this. And the second and the third and the fourth. And Witcher Elgar, exactly the wolf school. Witcher Elgar, you'll get it. And Imperial Brigade, nothing so epic. We will have. Oh, it's interesting. It has even elemental resistance, but not the monster one. And that's it. That's it for now.
So long.
We just need to get through them.
What's this?
Bear school.
Adornment? We're the bandits that lurk in the Highland.
Friends we should.
I've no clue what to give her.
Maybe a nice little axe. Pretty like.
An axe? Are you serious?
Why not? I'd like it.
Alright, here review. Yes, was cool.
So, there's truth there.
Thank you for watching our beautiful journey.
You're pale. You drink last night too?
We'll continue. We'll continue. Here the wolf, the bird school. Alright. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. That music. That soothing music.
First, I heard the boom. Then the blast near blew the
I will leave
off the bay.
a link in the description for this. There is a 45 minutes
You're pale. You drink last night too?
of this. Huh. Beautiful, beautiful Skellige.
Oh, that one.